Hello.
Hello.
You guys. Welcome back to the SAUCY SIBZ podcast, or just welcome to all our new friends.
Hi.
I'm Francesca.
And I'm Nicodemus.
And we're the SAUCY SIBZ, guys.
Welcome to the podcast where if you don't have any friends, we'll be your friends.
Don't have any family, we'll be your family.
Yeah, welcome to the fam.
Yeah, you guys are in the fam now. Welcome. Oh, Za's coming.
Oh, Za just walked in.
So if you're new, Zaza is the little furriest. Oh my God, I hope she's on camera right now.
I know. I bet you can kind of see her.
She is, just so you need to know about her if you're in the family. She is a little street dog I found in Tijuana, and I snuck her across the border, and now she lives with me.
Lied to Border Patrol, and then now she lives in Colorado.
Yeah.
But speaking of fam, new family members, new people.
Literal new family members.
Literally new. About 2 hours ago, our brother, the third SAUCY Sib, he just had a daughter.
A baby.
A little baby.
We got a baby in the family.
I know.
We don't know her name yet.
No name.
She does appear to have very dark hair. So looking like a piazza.
Which can change, I guess.
Yeah, the hair and the eye color can change like up to 6 months.
I don't know why babies are always like changing. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Well, their heads are even shaped weird.
Yeah.
Like her head will turn into a head.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little cone shaped.
I know.
But
they just like.
Well, their skulls aren't formed.
Yeah, it's like mostly like cartilage, isn't it?
I don't know about that. I think it's just in pieces and then it fuses.
And then it fuses together. That's so weird.
I'm not a doctor.
I feel like skulls shouldn't move.
Yeah, well, it's got to come out of a pretty small hole.
Yeah. I don't know.
Terrifying.
But it's also a new moon. Yeah. It's very good to be born on a new moon. She's a Gemini.
Her brother isn't really into astrology. He's like, yeah, I don't know about all that. And we're like, well, great. We'll tell you.
I'll tell you all about it.
She's a Gemini. It's a new moon. Mm-hmm. Her moon is in Cancer.
Good stuff.
And her ascendant is...
Scorpio.
Yeah. She's going to be cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
we'll keep you updated, but we're a first time aunt and uncle.
Yeah. Aunt and Gunkle.
Yes.
Gunkle. Also don't know if they want me calling me that, but happy Pride Month, honestly. No, just kidding.
Hey, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Happy Pride Month.
No, so I'm actually, I'm the youngest child. And so I feel like this is kind of a first for me. Like, sure, I have like younger cousins, but it's not like I like raised them or anything. Not that I'm gonna raise my niece, but it's just kind of like a weird feeling for me.
You're saying because I remember like you being born.
Yeah, I've never really experienced this, like a new family member.
Yeah, I know. Like she's in.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the club.
She's in the club.
Like she's here to stay.
Yeah.
But she's healthy. Mom and baby are doing well. We are awaiting updates.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're gonna name her after me, things like that.
Yeah. You would love that.
Love it.
You would love that.
Actually, my best friend texted me. So my best friend married a man with the same last name as me. So she was like, what if I named my daughter Francesca and then we'd have another Francesca Piazza? And I was like, honestly, it's a great name and I would approve.
I don't know if I would like that. I'd feel like I'd be like, nah, I don't know.
No, she was like, you're the one and only, like in my book. Like I can't. Well, yeah, it would be different if like she had a different last name and named her daughter the same name as me, but the whole name. Yeah.
It's too much.
Then her husband would be like, Francesca's gonna think that's baby's hers.
I know, yeah.
And I'd be like, she is.
Yeah. But that's weird to think about that you can like name people. No, I'm sorry. That was the dumbest thing I've ever said. No, it's just like weird to think that like people are named after people and things and places. I had a friend pass away actually, and I randomly ran into one of her friends.
Yeah.
At the park, and I did not know he had a baby.
Oh,
okay, because it's just someone that I knew that was close to that friend, like mutual friends, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is our friend Chloe's namesake. This is my daughter." And I was like, oh, wow. Like that one, like, congratulations. But two, like, that's heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like naming someone that you really cared about, like after you're like your dead friend,
That's like such an honor.
Your friend that passed. Your dead friend. Sounds like Casper the Ghost.
Nick, you just kept making it worse.
I know. But it's powerful stuff.
No, names are powerful.
Yeah.
Names are spells.
Names are spells, yeah.
And I think everyone's name fits them. I think you choose your own name.
I've always kind of thought that. Not that I believe that, but if only poetically, I like the thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except I guess, but honestly, like
I go
I
back and
say
forth.
that, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, what people are naming their children, I think we went on a tangent like a couple podcasts ago.
Yeah.
Of like what people
Just
are naming
strange
their
names.
kids. Yeah.
Apple.
Well, you know, in some countries that like you have a list and you're only allowed to name your kids off a list. Like Australia, you can't name your kid wall.
Oh yeah,
carpet.
America lets us do whatever the fuck we want with names.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
which
that's
is kind of
like-
weird. Yeah,
Even like places like Denmark and stuff, I think there's like a prescribed list. It's thousands of names, but you can't just go all willy nilly.
I think in Japan, I should look this up, but I feel like in Japan it's either you have very specific names that you have to choose from, or there's absolutely no rules. It's one of the extremes.
Look it up. Look it
Okay,
up.
Let me look that up.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna take a sip.
Okay, sorry about that. I couldn't find anything about Japan because it was like whatever. It was
Japanese.
Yeah, or no, like what the laws were in Japan.
Yeah.
But this is saying in Australia, there's like a list of prohibited names.
Yeah.
And some of them are like Australia. You can't name your kid Australia. But you can't. But you can. I've met people named America.
Yeah,
in
that's
America. Yeah,
America
we met that
Ferrara.
girl. And oh, is there a famous one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Remember that girl? She was like, "Oh God, I hate America." But she was actually talking about. The
Oh
person.
yeah, she was talking about a person.
Yeah. We were like, "Damn, like, okay, aren't you American?" You can't name your kid Commodore, Emperor, General, God, Judge, Justice, King, Lady, Messiah, Lady,
That's a dog's name.
Lady, or Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you know her name on like her Oscars and stuff, or and Grammys, or Lady Gaga. That's not like Stephanie Germanotta. And yeah, she was asked about that, and they were like, she was like, did you have to like give your name? And she was like, no. When you win those things, you don't know, so they just transcribe it for you. So she was like, I had no say over that. I think Lady Gaga would have actually wanted her name on her Grammy to be like Stephanie Germanotta.
I wonder.
She's kind of like that.
That's interesting. You said you can't name your kid Satan. I mean, in
Yeah.
America, can you?
Can you name your kid Satan in America?
Fuck.
I know, dude.
That's great. What if you named your kid Fuck?
Oh, I don't know if you can do like curse words.
Because those are prohibited.
Fuck. This is my kid, Satan fuck.
It's so bad.
It's horrible, yeah. But I feel like I've met kids named Number. I actually love number names like 17, 16, 11.
Yeah, Die Antwoord's kid is 16.
16 Jones, yeah. So good.
Nick's
But anyway.
favorite names for his future children are Tennessee and Constantine.
Tennessee and Constantine. I think those would be great names.
I don't want people to steal my names.
You're not going to tell anyone?
Nope.
Okay. Because there's
be
some
having people
pregnant
out-
bitch listening right now being
Yeah.
like, give it to me. Give it to
Nope. These are for me.
Yeah.
I've had these picked out for like
You really
most
have.
of my life.
You've spent a lot of time thinking about names. Like when
Mm-hmm.
we first found out the gender of, my brother's now daughter, you wouldn't stop talking about it for 17 months.
I sent a spreadsheet.
I know. And I was like, Francesca, I don't care. You're just like, I
I
would be
was
like every
obsessing.
day you'd be like, hey, what about so-and-so? And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
And I sent them like all the family names. I literally sent a spreadsheet of like names. The first ones were like the names and the family and where they came from. And then it was name, origin, and meaning.
Yeah.
In a full thing. And I'm sure like his wife was like, thank you.
No.
Just throw that out the window.
It's funny
Your
'cause-
crazy ass sister is sending me spreadsheets.
It's like, no one even asked you.
No one asked me. And I'm like, yeah, but don't you want to know all the names in our family?
I think that's good though. I would appreciate that information. I would look over the list. I would
Yeah.
give it a gander. I would
Give a
say
little-
perhaps.
Say perhaps to drugs.
Say perhaps
that's
to
what it made me
drugs.
think of. Oh my God, I sent Nick a TikTok yesterday that he never watches the TikToks I sent
No,
him.
because you send me like fucking teen. It's like video
I know.
essay homework. Let me just do a computer-based training before I sit home to check my
I'm like,
phone.
Nick, did you see the TikTok I sent you? And he's like,
Which one?
Sometimes
With
he'll
all of your
pretend.
comments on it? Yeah, I'll just be like, oh no, I haven't even got that one yet. Like,
no,
I'll
don't know.
watch like one or two, but not 10.
No, I know.
Not
I
10.
get excited. And then I want to discuss
Send it to someone
them.
else. Send it to someone else.
Somebody asked me to send them because they needed their algorithm to be better.
Yeah, I think.
Who was that?
Was
that Sarah
Was it
yesterday?
Sarah? Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that there's this like lady who tests drugs. I don't know, and she's been testing the drugs out of Mexico, like
Yeah.
the real pharmacies out of Mexico. She said 50% of the drugs they have tested have had either meth or fentanyl in them. So that's out. We can't take drugs from Mexican pharmacies anymore. Maybe that's been out for other people. But But like I was kind of into some Mexican Xanax for a bit.
Yeah.
And I think I was taking fentanyl. I'm not kidding.
God forbid. I mean, like.
No, I went crazy.
You kind of did, yeah.
But it was like a year and a half ago.
That's really scary.
Well, I came home with a dog and blue cornrows. I think I was on drugs.
No, Francesca literally went on a road trip to California for 15 days and like didn't come back for like 3 weeks, was in Mexico, had blue hair and a dog. And I was like, Jesus.
No, and I think I was taking fentanyl on accident. On accident. Just don't do it. Nobody's trying to die out here. But like from the real sealed pharmacies, not like not from people on the beach.
Yeah.
Like I was
They're
like,
full on completely illegal pharmacies.
Yeah. I've known real doctors in America who are like, oh, you're going to Mexico? Like pick me up some stuff at the pharmacies. Because like you can just, get the stuff that you can't get without a prescription without a prescription there. And I think it kind of makes sense why I went a little insane that summer.
Probably. I mean, I think that's a fair assumption. Like
I think I was taking fentanyl
random
every
Mexican
night.
cartel drugs. I took some Ritalin when I was in Cancun. Okay.
Yeah.
And I ended up in Tulum with no shoes.
No, but you didn't just you literally left your friends.
No, yeah, I left
went
my friends.
to Tulum by yourself and you just didn't have shoes the whole time. And I think you took meth.
I think I took some like Mexican meth or something like that. And like I literally and I bought myself a hotel room too. It wasn't like I was being crazy, but I was like on one, I was just like,
I think you were on meth.
Like, let's leave me, fuck my shoes. Oh,
yeah, like you went there
for
with
my
a group
own
of
room.
friends and then you just left those friends and made other friends. And you were like, no, like, I don't know what happened to them.
That is what happened.
Meth.
One of those people on that trip, they were like, oh, how was Nick joining you in Mexico? They're like, good. We just didn't see him.
Yeah.
But I had the best time anyway.
No more Mexican drugs, okay, friends?
No more
TikTok
Mexican
told me
drugs.
so, and I think they've been out for a while. You just can't do drugs anymore.
No, we live in a different age. It's like
Someone was like, fentanyl's done to drugs. I'm quoting another comedian, so I'm sorry. If someone wants to tell me his joke, I'll credit him. But he was like fentanyl's done to drugs what AIDS did to butt fucking in the 90s. That's not my joke.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That
But
hit hard.
kind of ruined the fun.
Yeah.
It's fair.
No, sorry. That
Sorry,
just got my wheels turning. Okay.
This early in the day.
Yeah, just like my deepest fear. Deepest fear.
This is how
That was
we're
bad,
welcoming
that's bad, that's bad.
new family
Wait.
members to the podcast, new family members in our
Okay.
family.
New people of the podcast. Hello. I'm Nicodemus.
Hi, Francesca.
And we're your sauciest siblings,
Yeah, we're definitely the saucy siblings, not the boring siblings.
No.
I had to say that to someone. They were like, I can't believe you talked about that on your podcast. I was like, I'm a saucy sib.
That's saucy.
It's a
I'm
saucy
sorry.
podcast.
Like, I'm just like-
don't expect it to be fucking boring when you listen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys found us from TikTok, hi.
Hello. Happy to have you here. We kind of just talk about anything that's happened in our lives.
It's really just meant to feel like you're sitting down with a drink and you're hanging out with your friends and you get the gossip and you get what's going on.
Yeah.
And we kind of just let you know the ridiculous things we've been up to for the week.
Yeah.
We did take a week break because we were sort of, since, if you haven't seen what went viral on TikTok, a lot of people were asking for the next episode to be about the drums. And we were like, ew. Not ooh, filling our friends in, our people, but more just it's so funny it went viral and I'm so happy it found us, brought you guys to us.
Yeah.
But it also was so not worth, these people just aren't worth a podcast about them.
Like a whole other podcast, because if you listen to episode 59, we already talked about what happened.
Yeah.
And you should go listen to that. But honestly, I don't want to let anyone down, but it really wasn't a podcast dedicated to this crazy drama that happened. It was just a crazy girl thinking that I don't know. I don't really know.
So many people were like, I want to know the other side of the story. And I want to know what you said about her to get her to go this crazy. And I'm like, bro, you can go listen to it. Cause there being two sides to that story, the story is published in live.
I like
the
that.
other
They're like, what'd you say? I say that shit to her face. I'm like, no. I said it on the internet.
Yeah, no,
You can actually go back and rewind it 15 times if you want.
Yeah, so
That's
I'm
what I fucking said.
I fucking said it and I stand by it.
Yeah.
We literally mentioned in passing, you can go back and listen, that some girl had been bullying me, that she got me fired from my job based on a lie. And that was it.
This is about it.
And that is facts, exactly what happened. And we just said a girl was bullying us. So, God, in this, I can't even like, I couldn't write the irony better. But like the irony is that she then stalked and found us and harassed us at a restaurant to prove that she wasn't bullying us.
Mm-hmm.
And also the irony of her and her friends made up a lie and like called the owners of my company and said that I come in drunk like every night and harass them at their work. Again, look at the cameras, never happened. Complete lie. But what's so funny is then she allegedly, possibly, we think maybe, got herself fired from her job for coming in and harassing drunk us.
If you accuse your partner of cheating, you're the one cheating.
100%. Like, it's like when you have like a boyfriend who's like, what were you doing at the gym? You were there for 20 minutes long. Did you leave the gym and like go fuck some dude and whatever? And you're like, who would even like think of that stuff? Like it's because they would do that.
Yeah.
Like and usually like crazy people will accuse you, like narcissists or like sociopaths. They will accuse you of exactly what they're doing. And like when you're like, wait, what? Like I would never do that.
I know. And that's kind of what happened. Like you didn't go into a restaurant and harass someone.
Nope.
You didn't get the police called on you.
Nope.
You didn't get a disturbing the peace violation.
Nope.
Oh, but who did? And we didn't even say her name, but that girl thought that that's who we were talking about.
So it's like, if you think that you're the one we're talking about bullying and doing all these, like she had like verbally and like physically like harassed and assaulted me a few times and Nick separately. And it's like, okay, so you heard that and assumed it was you because it was, but like we didn't out you. We didn't talk about it. And we waited 9 months to even mention it. Like when all this went down and I lost my job, like I literally took it laying down. And for all intensive purposes, they won. Like
literally.
When this happened, I
made fun
town.
of you for it.
Oh, completely.
Oh, we ran you out of town. It's like, girl. And I'm like, Francesca, we're not responding to trash.
Never did.
So
he was like, they don't like deserve your response. You're living your life. But like, 9 months later when they kept doing it and we've literally lived, in a different city than them, we were like, oh, dude, this is what's been up. This crazy girl. And then she took it upon herself to do that.
Which, I mean, it's literally so beyond me, and I can't believe that it happened. But we did post it to TikTok because I love a Karen video.
That's what Nick's been like on Karen TikTok recently. And
I've
he was like,
always
Francesca,
been on Karen TikTok.
That's so fucking. He was like, Karen TikTok will love this, and I was like, what? And he was like, dude, sometimes I'll just lay in bed and like go on Karen's of TikTok.
Oh, I was like, this is before TikTok. Like, I would be on like YouTube watching videos of like crazy Karens before we even called them Karens, And so, not that I like wanted to be in a situation where I had to do that, but where I was in a Karen situation where we recorded it. But at least if it, gave us 10,000 new listeners, then that I'm okay with that.
But also, okay, so like, here's the third irony. Is that like talking so much shit on our podcast? Oh, these fucking losers. No one cares about them. No one listens to your podcast. Couple ironic things here. You listen to every episode. We know this. We've heard this because we always get told that you and your little friends sit and like post us on Instagram, make fun of us, tell everybody. Like, I know you listen to every episode. Love it. Thank you. But then that you inadvertently then like made our podcast bigger.
I know. It's artistic. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful irony.
I just, but anyway,
like that's all we have to like say about it. So we're happy it brought us to you guys, but like it did not warrant its own podcast. But what we wanted to talk about, which I love. Okay, wait, a couple things actually. First, we were like telling our parents, of course, like filling them in on everything. And their first responses were, one, congratulations.
Because our parents are saucy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Have you met our family? Like, what did you think they were gonna say? And two, we were like, Dad, like, I just like don't think I can ever go back to this town again. And which is fine. It's a small town, like I've done, and we have like a lot of other friends in that town, but they also come down to Denver to see us. But I go, Dad, like, I probably just like shouldn't go back there because I'm like scared for my life. And he was like, oh, fuck that, Francesca. He's like, I'd go do a victory lap. He's like, what? What's her next move?
Yeah.
Physical violence?
She's going to pull your ponytail.
Well, she'll go to jail. I haven't prosecuted from this, but like.
I mean, seems like she's in her own legal trouble, honestly. And I think that will just handle itself.
Yeah. Got served from somewhere and it wasn't us.
Yeah.
But then the other thing that was also like ironic, this isn't ironic, but that she was like threatening to send us a cease and desist. We just like wanted to have like a little learning moment.
Welcome to law talk with the Saucy Sibz. Okay.
Saucy Sibz tip number 46. Cease and desist.
Do not threaten to send a cease and desist. It makes you sound so dumb.
Okay. Which actually some of my favorite comments were like, does everyone in America, are they just like born with a lawyer? And do they have a lawyer on retainer? I do have a lawyer. She's not on retainer. She's just amazing and wonderful and does a lot of like free answering my questions. And I really owe her like a very big fancy dinner. But listen, so a cease and desist is just a threat.
And it's non-binding, so it doesn't have to be granted by a judge. Usually an attorney will send it to you, but all it is saying, hey, I'm an attorney with so-and-so, and we think you might be doing something illegal.
Please stop.
Take that as you will. So for example, like if I had a business that I named Walmart, Walmart would send me a cease and desist and be like, we don't want to prosecute you. That's illegal. We'll prosecute you if you continue to do it.
But it doesn't matter if it was illegal or not. They're just going to send you it to like hope that you stop because they're like warning you that they might sue you.
Yeah. But,
so like you can take that as you will, but you don't have to do anything.
And it's not, you could send a cease and desist for literally anything, and it just doesn't matter. So threatening to send a cease and desist is literally like threatening a threat.
Yeah, I'm threatening that I might possibly send you a threat.
And it's like, girl, what?
Well, also, you can't like send someone a cease and desist. Well, you could because anybody can. And I was surprised I didn't get one like printed off the internet.
I know.
But
Google
which
Images.
Also still haven't gotten one because you can't send a cease and desist for like someone mentioning like a random person. Like someone was bullying me. You like, like, please, I will frame it. I'll put it on a t-shirt.
I'll put it on a t-shirt.
I'm not kidding.
Coffee mug.
But another learning moment, someone goes, damn, the Barbara Streisand effect. And so we learned.
This is fascinating.
So we learned a new term because we were like, why is this getting so many likes? And somebody said this in the comments on TikTok. And we were like, what does that mean?
Okay. So the Streisand effect is an unintended consequence.
Do you want me to read it?
You know, sometimes I'm sober, by the way.
Maybe that's your problem.
I know.
It's like your first day in a while.
Well, actually, alcohol does improve like your language factors.
Until it doesn't. That's probably a bell curve.
Yeah.
Right? The Streisand effect is an unintended consequence of attempts to hide, remove, or censor information where the effort instead leads to increased awareness of that information. It is named after American singer and actress Barbara Streisand, whose attempt to suppress the California Coastal Record Project's photograph of her clifftop residence in Malibu, California. So basically, she, attempts to suppress information are often made through cease and desist letters, but instead of being suppressed, the information sometimes receives extensive publicity, as well as the creation of media such as video and spoof songs, which can be mirrored on the internet or distributed on file sharing networks. It's like... Exactly. I'm just like thinking of like people using that video. It was posted by like Karen Lives Matters.
Yeah, it got reposted to Reddit of /r// public freakouts or whatever it was. She wanted to confront us about us saying that she was bullying us by bullying us.
Yeah. But then also like an unintended consequence to like suppress, to send it. She wanted to, I guess she threatened to send a cease and desist. But like her screaming it at us at a restaurant actually like inadvertently brought a lot of publicity to our podcast. Yeah. Which I guess, so Barbara Streisand, the California Coastal Project, which is like what they use to like measure these pictures to like measure the soil erosion. Somebody had just like published them on the website or like on the internet of all of the coastline. but she said it violated her privacy. So she tried to sue them $50 million.
Which, is that possible?
I don't know if you can just throw that out, but basically only 6 people had seen the photo before she sued them. But then after, it had been like the website received like 420,000 new visits and it got named the Streisand Effect.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, look.
And then it got dismissed and then she had to pay for the lawyer fees for
that guy that she sued. Who was just like a photographer dude.
He sounds like
who was taking it for the Coastal Project. He's an environmentalist photographer over here.
Hey, why don't I just go fucking sue this ecologist? Barbara Streisand.
What are you doing?
What are you doing,
Karma
Barbara?
will always get you.
I know.
Anyway, so that's what's up with that.
That's that.
So we have another tiger in the room. And by tiger, I mean elephant. And by elephant, I mean velvet chair. Okay.
Do you guys see the velvet chair?
If you're watching on YouTube, I look like I'm sitting in a throne. And Nick looks like he's sitting in a peasant chair.
Yeah, it's literally like wood. And
we could only fit one of the new podcast chairs in my car. So we only have one. We need to pick the other one up this week.
I know we do. This is the only episode this is going to happen. Okay.
Yeah,
hopefully.
It literally looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel like a queen. Mm-hmm. But you guys, we literally have to tell you about our experience at American Furniture Warehouse.
Francesca and I like to go on these like field trips to just like anything, like a big factory. I'd be like, do you want to go check out the cereal factory? Or like a giant furniture store? Like, why not?
It was like a Wednesday. We were like, should we go to the furniture store? Anyway, the reason why I say the tiger in the room, 1, because we have the Gucci tigers behind us. And 2, the mascot of the king of the furniture jungle, Jake Jabs. And if you're in Colorado, apparently everyone knew who he was, but we're going to tell you. He's the owner and CEO of this furniture company, and his mascot is tigers.
It's like, you'll see the moving trucks, like these giant semi trucks that just have like American Furniture Warehouse and it's a baby tiger. Or throughout the, when you walk into it, it's like there's little tigers everywhere.
I know. I was like, why is there furniture and like plush tigers? I did not understand.
But I thought like, okay, like you could buy a plush tiger if you want. Then we kept seeing them. And then we kept seeing them. I was like, there's something happening. Yeah, it seems like a bit.
But it is.
It's like the tiger in the room. You know what I mean? Like, what is
the
that?
tiger in the room with us right now?
And then and this warehouse is massive. I mean, you couldn't even see the end of it. It's one of the biggest buildings.
It's like an IKEA, but not.
Yeah, it's a little less.
Honestly, IKEA could never. You guys, when we say we had the best experience at this furniture warehouse, but then there was like cutouts of Jake Jabs. He was like this old man who runs it. So apparently, we did some digging. He's 92 and he still runs the company.
He owns everything.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually.
And he just used to keep live tigers at his furniture store.
So the guy who checked us out, he'd been working there for like 40 years. And he was like, oh yeah, like, well, we used to like have like live tigers like walking around and like, oh man, like, one time this woman shopping, we were walking him around on like a short leash and it like scared her. And because she's like, and I'm like, yeah, she was in the furniture store. Of course she wasn't expecting a tiger.
Oh, I want a chair. Look out for the tigers.
He was like making fun of her. Like, oh yeah, I gave her like, she freaked out. And I'm like, obviously she freaked out. I would freak out. Anyone like
tigers don't belong in the furniture store. Or maybe they do.
Maybe.
I mean, he's obviously a billionaire. So
he's doing something right.
Like, who am I to judge his business practice? Zookeepers aren't billionaires. But like, I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Why? I love it.
But like he's doing, you guys, when I'm saying he's doing something right, first of all, we walked around, we took a picture of the QR code on the chair, which actually we found this chair at CB2.
Yeah.
That's where this started and we fell in love with it. But it was like $2,000. And Nick was like, okay, so we need 2 of them and we want the matching couch. So like we need $10,000 for the furniture in the closet.
Which I don't know where I think I'm getting $10,000.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, oh, that's what we need to spend our first 10 grand on.
I've been sending way too many cease and desist. I can't afford a chair.
And our friend was like, oh my God, go to American Furniture Warehouse. Everything at CB2 is there. And we were like, we're here for the dupe.
Yeah.
Like I don't have an extra 10 grand right now.
It is a dupe, but like at the same time,
it's the nicest dupe I've ever seen.
It's really nice.
It was, you guys, it was $200.
And I feel
I'll tell you our secrets.
I feel like it doesn't look, I mean, it's so good. And like chairs, it's not like a brand name. It's not like CB2 is like a, you know.
Like Gucci.
Yeah, like Gucci. But like, I don't know. And it's like CB2 doesn't have tigers. So also the
motherfuckers don't even have tigers.
Yeah.
Who do they think they
at
are?
CB2 it was like some older woman who was fine.
She was nice.
She was nice. But at American Furniture Warehouse, oh my God.
And I think that woman was only nice because
she thought we were going to
talking like we were about to spend 10 grand in there. She definitely works on commission.
I know. She was like, "Oh, you have a podcast?" We're like, "Yeah, we just need it for the studio," which we do have a studio.
We do.
We do have Gucci
closet,
wallpaper. Yeah, I think that's the only reason why she was nice to us. But the people that were at American Furniture Warehouse were like literally so nice. Everyone was so helpful.
They didn't even think we were famous podcasters,
Yeah.
and he was so lovely. Okay, so we take a picture of the QR code. We're just walking around. We're like, now what? Literally, someone stops us. They're like, do you need help? And we're like, where do we take this? Like, here's a picture. And they're like, come right here with me, ma'am.
Like,
come, please, into my office. So they like take us in. They pull it up. He's like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Puts all our stuff in. And he's like, here's this piece of paper. You're going to go outside and you'll get a text and it'll say the dock you back up to. So we go outside, we sit in the nice outdoor furniture in the sun in beautiful Colorado. 15 minutes later,
like this group of men that look like the Avengers come walking up with their muscles.
It looked like there should have been like smoke, like a smoke machine. They're coming out, they're ready to save the world.
Yeah.
And we get the text, it's like dock 3. You back up, a fleet of world-saving men slip it into my car.
Like it was 10 pounds.
Yeah. Slip it in there, close it. They're like, you're on your way.
Have a good day.
I'm like literally IKEA could never.
I know they can't, you know? And I just was like, this was incredible. That was an incredible experience.
I literally was like, Mom, I called my parents immediately. I was like, I just had the best experience of my life. I didn't know anything could be that lovely. Like I want to give them all of my money.
We're going back. For the other show.
We have to. Yeah. Could you imagine if it was sold out?
Oh.
There's only 10 left in the company. I saw that.
I'm about to go right now.
Podcast is over. But no, Mom is now convinced she's going to drive out here next time and we're going to go shopping. Yep. She's like, I'll get a trailer. I was like, Mom, I've never seen anything that cheap.
It's really wild.
They will beat, that's their like slogan. They will beat Amazon and Wayfair prices every single day.
I've never felt more like an American. Like, I'm ready to change the bald eagle to a tiger. Like, that's how Jake Jabs made me feel in his $1 billion business.
We want him on the podcast.
I know.
Honestly, like, he's our new white whale.
Oh, a white whale. Yeah.
To get on. Jacob, you're like, where'd a whale come from?
White
tiger. He's our white tiger.
White tiger, yeah. I was like, why are you calling him a whale? Sorry.
He's not fat.
He's not. No, he's 92 and he works out. So
he's still running the full company. He has to work out unless like he's just out here like getting his reps in selling.
Yeah.
I was reading an article about him. He like survived the recession of 74. Yeah. Apparently, there was a recession in the 80s. Who knew? I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot we could learn from him. He sounds saucy.
He sounds so saucy. You know, those tiger people though are like tiger people.
No, I was reading though, he's not really a tiger person. Okay, he literally had a marketing company suggest they use exotic animals in the marketing. And he said, okay.
What intern was on cocaine? That was just like
me. I was on Mexican meth. Yeah, what intern was on Mexican meth back?
Okay, hear me out. How can we set ourselves apart from different companies? Okay, live predators.
Yep. Tigers,
yeah.
Did you know that white tigers are actually
it's like a form
deformity?
Of Down syndrome,
yeah, it's like Down syndrome in tigers. It's from inbreeding. So it's really bad. They're usually cross-eyed too.
Any tigers that are in captivity is kind of a bad thing unless it's like a zoo or a sanctuary that's doing like, you know, like conservation work and stuff like that. Mostly like I feel like everyone
tell the people that. I feel
like
nobody thinks tigers in captivity are good. I was just telling them that the white tigers isn't just a type of tiger.
Yeah.
It's like a full on, like you have to like inbreed to get the white, and they're literally like the Down syndrome tigers.
Yeah.
But Nick's over here telling you like, don't support Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
No shit.
No, but there's a lot. You know, there's more living tigers in captivity than there are tigers in the wild.
I didn't know we still had tigers in the wild.
Yeah, there's only like less than 1,000. It's really crazy. They're mostly like in Nepal and India, which I actually went in safari through Nepal and I did not see a tiger. But I asked my safari guide, I said, have you ever seen a tiger? He goes, 4 times.
Only 4 times?
Yeah, that's very rare. It's very rare.
Wow. Jacob Jabs has seen more tigers than the safari dude in Nepal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
Because it's, I mean, they're masters of disguise. I mean, not disguise. They're masters of camouflage and stuff. Anyway, Jake Jabs, thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of America, water parks.
Okay. Shout out Sarah for having her birthday on Juneteenth because she like was like, oh, I'm going to come down to Denver and like, let's go do something fun. And I was like, yeah, maybe we can go to like, because, you know, we're into field trips. I was like, maybe we can go to like Botanical Gardens or maybe American Furniture Warehouse. But like, what if I was like, and then I don't even know, how did we even think of the idea of Waterworld?
I was at a barbecue the day before with a bunch of drunk people who had just come from Waterworld and they sold it. They really...
So me, Sarah, and Francesca spent Monday and just went to Waterworld ourselves.
Well, these people came back and they were like, it's America's largest water park. And I was like, that's weird because I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it's like wild. It's America. It says everywhere on the signage, America's largest water park. I think America's largest water park, it's just never sent them a cease and desist.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely not. I think they're just saying that. Because I like Googled it and Waterworld didn't come up on any list.
You can just say whatever you want these days, you know?
That's also one of my favorite comments. It was like, wow, I guess like anybody can just pick up a microphone and have a podcast. Or they were like, not everyone should have a podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no, not everyone should.
But no one's stopping us.
I know.
Look, we're even...
They're trying.
Yeah. We're sitting in chairs.
Yeah.
Got fancy chairs going. I mean, we ripped... I'm never getting my security deposit back at this apartment complex. All because... I decided to rip everything out of the walls and create a studio.
Yeah.
That's how much hubris I have going on over here.
And it's where we sit in these chairs and tell you about our adventures at the water park. What'd you think about that?
Okay, well, you know, everyone knows.
Yeah.
If they've been listening. I'm not a public pool girly.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
I just don't like it. I don't like chlorine.
A public pool.
I won't even drink unfiltered water.
Yeah.
So now you're going to put me in an unfiltered bathtub with other people?
If Hurricane Harbor was urine, I would still do it.
I know you would. That's
you know
fucked.
I would.
I know you would.
Yeah, that's not me being provocative on the camera. That's me being a little raccoon that is kind of into trash and weird shit like that.
I literally am like seeing you going down a water slide. Like, you wouldn't even need money. Someone was like, this giant toilet bowl, because that's like what we call that big slide that you swoosh around in, is filled with actual urine, like Fear Factor. Nick would be like sign me the fuck up.
100% down. And like, I bet the smell would go, like, you wouldn't notice the smell after like an hour.
Honestly, like...
Okay, anyway.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Actually, though, one of the drunk kids that was like telling me I should go to Waterworld, he was like, yeah, like, but you know, the last time I went to Waterworld, I had like a cut on my side. And he was like, then I thought chlorine, it'll be fine. And he goes, but like, it got infected at Waterworld. And then I was like, oh, it'll go away. And he said he got a baseball size, like, cyst or something. Like, it was the size
abscess?
of a baseball.
Yeah,
I don't know. And he said he had to like go to the emergency room and he had this giant scar because it almost killed him. And I was like, wow, you're really selling it. But then I was like, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
They said it was a great day.
But you can like rent cabanas and you can bring in your drinks, you know, you can't bring in
You're not
alcohol.
selling the cabanas, okay? I'll sell the cabanas for you because this is the only time I'm going back. They have these like giant, almost looks like Vegas pool party cabanas. Yeah. They're only $213, okay?
Easy.
So get you and 8 of your best friends. What is that? $20 a person?
Sure.
And it has fans and little lockers and, you know,
little
it's
shade
very cabana.
structure. Yeah.
It's a cabana. And, you know, it's down on Thunder Bay. And I'm talking like, let's bring the DJ decks.
Yeah.
Because everyone's a DJ. We have like 9 DJ friends.
Welcome to Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like set up and hang out. Maybe take some mushrooms.
The world is our oyster.
Yeah. I would only go back
on a
if
little
I was on
clam
a
in a water world. I'm a little clam in a water world. The world is my oyster.
Okay.
You know,
You're just saying some stuff today.
I'm feeling
You're
very
a little
animalistic.
clam, you're a little,
I'm
little raccoon.
A little raccoon, a little clam. But we took, you didn't, but me and Sarah took some Jello shots in the parking lot, and we just went for the biggest, baddest, meanest slide the moment we got there. And
it was like straight down.
I was actually kind of freaking out.
Well, she just got her ACL done.
Yeah, she was like,
probably
shouldn't
have done that. But I was like, it'll be fine.
It's totally fine. I'm a doctor. But it was so good. But it like shot out, and like there were these little kids that were like, yeah, you know. But
I almost didn't do it, but then the 15-year-old lifeguard next to me.
What'd she say?
I was like, oh my god, like, and she goes, he'll be fine. And I was like,
rude. Sorry, I don't work at the water park.
It's the tallest slide I've ever seen.
I've never seen.
And
a slide
I'm afraid
that
of
big.
heights.
Yeah,
and it goes straight down, and then it like levels out,
and it's
obviously.
Open. It's one of those things that it looks like you could fall out. It's so vertically steep.
Nick, I want you to put a picture of it in the YouTube video.
I can do that.
Can see. Thank you.
Look at that degree.
Yeah. That's his job. I need a visual. But no, it's like 90 degrees.
What else someone call it? A bad tattoo?
Yeah, bad tattoo review.
Yeah, because I was thinking that the moment when I was there, I was like, what the fuck? People have a lot of tattoos, man.
But yeah, no, it was bad tattoo.
Were you
review.
looking at the bad tattoos everywhere you went?
Yeah.
But
I
some are really
complimented
good.
a lady on it. On her tattoo. I was standing in line. And okay, because here's the thing. You know when like some things are just like very like obvious, so you have to like compliment people on it because you're staring at it. Like if you see someone and they clearly just dyed their hair blue, you're gonna be like, oh my god, your hair looks so good, because like you're already staring at it and you know that they wanted you to notice.
Because it's on their like forehead.
Yeah, it's like on like you know what I mean. Like you're like staring at their tattoo and you're like, oh my god, that's such a nice tattoo. But like sometimes people just compliment things because they're obvious.
Yeah. Like,
and they're there and you clearly did it to like, you want I don't know. Kind of freaks me out because my hair's blonde right now. I just got my hair done.
People are like, oh, like
oh my god, I like love your hair. And I'm like, no, they just noticed my hair. They might not love it. Whatever.
But are you saying you gave a disingenuous compliment?
Yeah.
I complimented one just because I thought it looked good, or maybe I just thought the guy was hot. Who knows? But a lot of bad tattoos. We even got into like the wave pool. You didn't. You were like, you guys are good on the wave pool. Yeah, but I was having a little bit of a blast. It was actually, I had a great day. I thought it was just so funny. A little bit ironic. Just us three at the water park.
I mean, I felt like a creep.
A little bit.
I'm
because everyone was so
33
young.
without a child, and I'm just at the water park sober.
Yeah. And
what am I doing? Like it felt wrong a little bit. Like I was having like a time, but I was like, if I was like 15, because we were like in line with little 15-year-old boys. They're all like pushing each other, calling each other pussies, and like, I could tell they felt like they really weren't supposed to use that word, and like they were like, you know, like you could know how like little boys like show off in front of, but like I'm like, they're not showing off in front of me because I'm not even registering at their level. Like I'm like someone's mom.
Just someone's mom.
It's not like I'm not like
adult.
a 17-year-old girl that they're flirting in front of.
Yeah.
I'm just like an old woman behind them.
Yeah.
And that really kind of gave me a complex.
I thought that there was like enough age diversity that I didn't feel like a creep. And like, at least I wasn't alone. But I know there were people that were probably alone.
No. I don't think that's allowed.
I mean,
but do you think that
a 30-year-old man that is
I don't think
by
it should
himself going to the water park?
It's fucked up.
That's fucking weird.
Like you can't ever go to the water park alone.
I would never.
No, I know.
Ever. I kept making the joke in my head though, like just me, just a boy in his water park.
No, that's what pedophiles do. Unless you were like, you had, you know, you were a little special and that was, but then your handler would be, not handler, but like, you know, someone would be watching you.
Yeah. But the weirdest fucking thing happened to me at the water park. Guys.
This is weird.
I'm going to need you to take a seat for this one. It's already been like a bit of a weird day just because we're like at the fucking water park, a couple Jello shots deep. But like, so we're like kind of walking out, you know, like towards the end of it. It's like, whoo, what a day. Like you've been in the sun all day. I'm like, okay. Like we're like exiting the park. And I'm walking kind of up this hill. And then there's this guy probably like 5 feet from me. And he's not looking at me. And he's kind of looking away from me. And then all of a sudden, so I'm kind of walking in his general direction, but not like towards him. And I see him turn his head and look at me. Just like his body language changed. And he looks at me and goes, "This isn't real. Wake up." And then like moves and then slowly starts walking away. And then like some person that he was with just started completely carrying on with like a completely different conversation.
Like he was like canoodling with his girlfriend as he walked away. He wasn't just like some random dude trying to creep you out.
And like she didn't like see him say that. It wasn't like a bit. It wasn't like a joke. And the way that I heard it, it like almost like rattled the inside of my like skull.
So I heard it inside my head. I did not see this man, but I heard in my ear, "This isn't real. Wake up." And I thought I was about to turn around and tell Nick, like, guys, someone just spoke to me in my fucking head. But Nick goes, "Oh my gosh, did you see that guy?" And we're like, "Wait,
I was like, you know, as he walked away.
No, because he woke up. It looked like someone used his body, like Agent Smith in The Matrix, to like deliver a message. And then like his body took back over.
I was like, what? Like, this guy was probably like 19, maybe. He was definitely like, but.
And if he was doing it like as a bit, like his girlfriend would have been like, "What did you just say to that dude?"
Yeah, no.
What's
like,
going on?
like,
or they would have looked awkward. But it's like they just like turned around and blended back into the crowd and carried on their conversation.
He wasn't even staring at me like at first. It was just like as I kind of walked at him, he just looked at me real swiftly and like, you know, then walked away. It wasn't like he saw me. He was like, "I'm gonna freak this guy out. I'm gonna freak this guy out. Hey, this isn't real. Wake up." And then like walks away. It was the weirdest, strangest, most unexplained thing that had ever happened. And like, did it have to happen on
at
Monday
Waterworld?
At Waterworld? I was just like,
no, that's what's more weird. It's not like we were like Meow Wolf, like on drugs or something.
Yeah,
like, we're literally
Burning
like
Man, like
at Family Fun Day on a Monday.
Yeah.
At the water park. And
I'm existentially bothered.
No, I'm still weirded out about it. And like I think we just got like a message.
I know.
Like I think Morpheus is about to wake us up out of the Matrix. And we've been having a lot of conversations.
We have been thinking about this. And like, I'm just like, that's so weird. So if you guys know if this is like a bit or something, or you see people do this, let me know. But I still think that the way he did it was like so planned. And like, it's almost like because he kind of had to like turn around to look at me and face me. So it's like he didn't even see me coming. It was the weirdest thing. How many times can I say it's the weirdest thing? No, but like honestly, I
don't
confused.
think he knew it happened.
I don't think he did either. That's what was so weird about it. Like it was but like,
you know,
he
like
didn't.
A bit like birds aren't real and someone doing that. Like we went down a Reddit rabbit hole, like trying to see if this was like a thing. There's nothing on the internet.
I know.
I literally don't. I think something inhabited his body, said that to you. And like, yeah, I don't know why it chose to happen at Waterworld, but
like, yeah, at Waterworld. Not like the bus stop or something like that. No, Waterworld.
And we weren't on drugs.
No. But
I was sober and I heard it inside my head and I was like it sounded like he whispered it in my ears. So I like freaked out and then looked at Nick and he was freaked out. And like our friend Sarah was like, what just happened? Like she like didn't notice, like
she just saw him like say something to me and walk away.
Yeah, she was like, what? But she was like, yeah, it just looked like, and then he was like canoodling with his girlfriend, like nothing had happened. I don't know.
Yeah, still. There's like that's the story. That's the
story. That's all we know.
Let me know if you've had similar experiences like that.
I feel like people like I've had experiences where I think that like angels have showed up and like used like other people's bodies, like a homeless person, and like said things to me randomly.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I don't think that like that homeless person like meant to say. I think it was like an entity like using them to like say something to me or to visit me, or like I've had things like that happen. Like, oh, like I don't think that was a person. I think that was an angel. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that a couple times in my life.
Yeah.
But that I like
it was like a full on glitch in the Matrix, and I've been like replaying it in my head, just like how he didn't see me coming.
Yeah.
It was like he, you know,
unless that was the thing, and like it's just like some weird thing that this dude did. Mm-hmm. Actually, you want to know one of my craziest glitches in the Matrix? Didn't have to do with a person, but I was having one of my worst days. Like one of the times I was living in New York City, I was like going through like a lot of depression. And whenever I was really depressed, I would go to Washington Square Park and I would just like walk around. So it was one of those days that like forcing myself to go walk around was like the only thing I could do. I was just get up, go to your favorite park, like just walk around. And like I'm like walking around and I'm just like kind of freaking out, but I'm glad I'm in my little park. So I stop at the fountain and I just like feel this like overwhelming sense of like everything's going to be okay. And I look written in purple chalk on the fountain right where I'm standing. So I wasn't walking around the fountain earlier and whatever. I look at it and it said, "Hi, Francie," which is what my mom calls me. It's like my like nickname in the family, Francie. It said, "Hi, Francie," with a heart and said, "You are loved."
That's crazy.
I have a photo of it.
Huh.
Yeah. And it was like, but it's like, I needed that at that moment. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just like walking around for the day. And it was like a good day. It was like a really hard day. And then, "Hi, Francie."
Yeah.
Why would someone be writing that there to someone? Then "You are loved," and like a heart. And it was just one of those, like, I just think that like nothing is real.
Yeah.
And, like literally.
Yeah.
And I just think that like everything is so much more connected than like we know.
Yeah.
Like what happened to you, I don't understand. But like, I don't know.
I know, from like tigers in the warehouse, to the furniture store, to like, you know, glitches in the Matrix at the water park, Mexican drugs. It's truly crazy. I just feel like what's going to happen this week?
Well, no, but
You
I
know?
think there's like such crazy, like artistic, like think of all the like weird, like coincidences that we know of. Think of all the ones we don't know of.
I know. That's what kills
Like,
me. Like,
I think everything is so perfectly planned out and like put there. Like, how did someone write that chalk for me to find?
Right.
My name's Francie. I have a weird random name.
or like, you know, have you ever had like a misconnection with someone?
Yeah.
You know, like we've all had misconnections. What if like you had a misconnection with someone and then like your best friend, Ashley, like met them at a coffee shop, you know,
But
3
you
years
just don't
later,
know.
you would never know.
That's what
And
I'm
that
saying.
is
Like
the
all the
craziest
things
shit.
that we don't know. Like we've talked about this on the podcast before, but like you met someone in Nepal.
I met someone in India.
India.
No, in Japan that I like randomly ran into at a crowd of 90,000 people in England 3 years later. And like
Bumped into
him.
But that's what I'm saying. Think of all the people you like bump into and things like that, that it's just like
what's happening? I know we truly have no idea what's going on. Like we don't know who the other people in the cars next to us in traffic are. We don't know like what the telemarketer called me. Like who is that?
Well,
and what's our mutual
seeing my
friend?
best friend married. So my best friend, we call each other sissy. We've called each other sissies since we were 13. And now her last name is Piazza, like my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's just a coincidence though.
I'm going to end on that.
I know. I feel like that's
So if you're new here, this is the podcast, guys. We're hanging out. We're chit-chatting. You might learn a couple little nuggets. That's one of Mom's favorite parts. She's like, I don't know. It's like a silly podcast, but then like I fucking learned some random shit. Like, well, look it up. We try not to give you the bad information. We try to look it up on the Google. Next week, we'll have 2 chairs.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
And lots of really, really exciting things coming up, guys. So yeah, hang out, subscribe, leave us a review if you want.
Comment, subscribe.
Leave us a 1-star review. I don't give a shit. No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't give him any ideas. What did our friend, he's going to be on the podcast soon.
Oh, so our friend, he has a bar in town, and he has this giant sign out in the front, and it says Denver's #1 bar for 1-star Yelpers. Yeah. And then it's so cool. And every time I'm there, I see people taking photos of it. And I'm like, God, he's smart.
It's such good marketing.
It's such good marketing. It's so funny. And it's also like the 1-star reviews, like he does not care. You know what I mean? Because people don't get that upset over 1-star reviews because they're adults.
We love you guys so much. Welcome to our family, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
See ya.